welcome to PÖFF Studio. My name is Vivian, and I'm here with Aistė Diržiūtė. She's the most famous actress in Lithuania right now. She has won the Shooting Stars Award at the Berlin Film Festival and Best Actress at Vilnius International Film Festival in 2015. Congratulations.
Thank you.
If you have been following European cinema, you probably know her from the film The Summer of Sangaila that screened at Sundance and the Berlinale at 2015 and 2015. Sveiki!
Oh, Tere!
I had a Lithuanian guy say it back to me, so I said it right for the interview. Okay, cool. So, the film that the audience can see you in this year at PÖFF is called Kharms, and it tells the story about Daniil Kharms, the early Soviet-era surrealist, poet, and the writer. And his writings for children were popular, but other writings were unpublished in Russia until the 1970s. So, what made you interested in this particular project?
Because I'm a huge fan of Kharms, first of all. Because in Lithuania, Daniil Kharms is very, very popular, especially in art scene. Because one very well-known theatre director started making plays and so on and so on. And he's very popular, especially in theatre background and so on in my academy. And so they sent me it's a long story, but try to make it shorter. They sent me the script, though I don't speak Russian, but they sent me in English. And I was so fascinated by the script because it was so well written, because it goes through all Daniil Kharms' life and with pickups from his novels, poetry and so on, his stories. And you can try to look through his eyes, how he created everything, built everything and so on. And of course I was very interested in my character, Marina.
Right, so about your character, Marina. So how is she related to the main character?
Well, she was his second wife. Well, she was 15, he was 35, but it doesn't matter. It was love. No, yeah. I mean, she's. I think every time I'm traveling with the film, and I always mention it, someone have to create a movie about her because her life story is even more interesting than him.
Okay, that's great. So the director also used some historical black and white footage. Yeah. Why do you think it was important to use this material from real events?
Because he wanted to create also, because the film is a bit like Kharms, like the editing work and so on and so on. So he wanted to build the world, fiction world. And there are some scenes which are shot nowadays, and we can see people from nowadays, and we can see the footage black and white. So he wanted to compare all three worlds in a way, and show from different perspectives, kind of. But mostly it's the style of Kharms also, eclectic, absurd, crazy, and so on.
Okay, so your role in the film of The Summer of Sangaila made you quite popular. But it is also the only film that you've starred in that has a female director.
Yeah.
Alante Kovaite, right?
Yes, yeah.
Is there any particular difference that you found when working with a female director versus a male director?
No.
No?
I mean, yeah, I know everybody keeps asking that question. I think it's so sexist, even to try to find the differences. Each and every director is so different, and especially I was lucky enough to work with male directors, if I can compare by the gender, who were super cool, super tolerant, super open-minded and nice people. So of course I've heard many different stories about other people, but to me saying this, I didn't find any difference. All directors of who I worked, they really knew what they wanted, and they were very determined, and so on and so on. So,
well, that's great. But
we need more female directors.
Hi, what are we trying to do? This is a BFM production. All right. So, in Hollywood, recently the movement Me Too has been revived, and it talks about the very dark side of the industry. Some people like Louis C.K. and the kind.
Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein. Sorry, I blanked. But your co-star in The Summer of Sangail has recently come forth with her own encounter of sexual assault. Do you maybe want to comment on that a bit?
Yeah, I think we must talk more and more about it, and especially also in Europe, because like we in Europe in like art house cinema, we think like, oh well, it's Hollywood stories, yeah. And yeah, of course, even me, I knew about, like not new, I heard many stories about Harvey Weinstein and so on and so on, but the same director about like all information recently came. It was a kind of more or less open secret or something like this in Lithuania, and even I knew stories, like very weird stories and so on and so on. And you know, when sometimes you can think, oh, maybe the director is it's his type of work, you know, maybe like actors are super sensitive and so on and so on. But when I heard the story from my friend, because he's not only like co-star, it's like the last thing, like we are very close friends. And I knew that she's not lying and she's not interested to becoming famous because of that. Because look at who would like to become famous just showing his or her heart, and especially about these very sensitive things. So yeah, I think it's very, very important to talk about it and show that it's not okay at all.
Right, so on a lighter note, did you dream of becoming an actress when you were little?
No.
No? Okay, so how did you start your career then? Why did...
Try to make a long story short again. So as far as I remember myself, I always had that hunger for life. I was hyper energetic and so on and so on. And since my child, I was trying to find a place where I can put myself and just blast them, you know, like fulfill myself. So I went to music school. I studied music for 7 years, piano playing, and I wanted to be a professional piano player. I was good, but not good enough. Yeah, to be like, I could be a good teacher. Then I thought, okay, I should try other things. I tried, like in my high school year, journalism in a school paper, politics, you know, in debate clubs and so on and so on, singing. Then the teacher said, yeah, I should go to opera singing, but we didn't feel very comfortable. And then I tried jazz singing, and then I even go to the conservatory, because like in Lithuania, you can go like conservatory, you start in like when you are 16 or 15 or something like this, you can go. So it's like a part of the high school. So because I'm from a small town, so I go there, try to participate. And then the teacher said, but you're a player. I said, yeah, I play piano. You should try jazz piano playing. I said, okay. I was like this, because I was so desperate in a way to find myself finally. And so I was going to the capital twice per week to study jazz piano. And then I finally got in a conservatory, and after 2 days I left because I realized that no, it's not my thing. And I came back to my small town. And then there was a studio which was run by a very, very cool teacher who's actually studied in Marseille and so on. So somehow it happened that she was in that small town. And she was the first person in my life, because I was like, you know, that good girl, like best marks at school, I can get everything what I want because I'm so cool. And I went on stage, and because I haven't tried this thing. So I went on stage, and she was like, okay. So I was like so freezing, like, my name is Aistė. She was like, what? Aistė. Okay, glass woman, now you're gonna sit here, watch and learn. So I was sitting half a year, just watching and learning. And that was so interesting. And then finally I got on stage. And then finally I felt like we were doing some things, and when we started doing a play, I was 17, and finally for the first time in my life I felt full. That's all. And for me, it's like full, it's not only about like egoistic side, but it's also about, and then I found a way how, like, the thing that, like, The Summer of Sangail was released in 2015, and I'm still getting, like, even tonight, I got 2 letters, like, on Facebook or whatever, on Twitter, feedback, what that film encouraged people to do, to come out, and so on and so on. And then I understand, because like I'm like kind of a Mother Teresa in this world. I want to carry everyone, I want to help everyone, I want to fight for the better world, and so on and so on. And this, I think, I realized that like acting, whatever, like cinema in general, for me, it has the biggest impact, and I can see that there are so many people who could help you through that, you know, through roles, through films, and so on and so on. So I think it's very important. It's like a way to make this world a bit better.
Yeah.
Sorry for that long.
It's okay. It's great. So you are a judge this year at the Baltic Nights Film Festival. Congratulations.
Thank you. That's a huge honor, actually.
So what usually stands out for you when you look at all of these movies when judging?
Oh, maybe because I'm young, I'm a bit merciless in a way, and I'm also fighting because, you know, usually when you come as an actress, young actress, to be in a jury, you first of all have to fight to let people understand that you have brains, and you're like watching movies and reading books and understand the history of art and so on and so on. You know what I mean? But it's like stereotype kind of, but it's changing. It's good here and so on and so on. So talking about films, somehow it happens that like it's my third jury in which I'm watching first or second features. Like it's like fifth jury in general, but it's like third jury in which I'm watching first or second features, and somehow like becoming more and more professional about this thing. But you can sense sometimes it speaks cool, but sometimes through that school and rules. I love them when they're breaking rules, but with their mind, you know what I mean? Not just to make an impression, like, oh, just, you know, put mermaids or whatever. Like, I'm joking, just like UFO and so on and so on. No, it's just like, I love that sometimes people break the rules, but in a very aesthetic and nice way, and they catch you. I like when it's tidy, but it's also eclectic. It's so hard to explain.
No.
I mean, I really appreciate when you can see that real, pure, raw voice of creator and what he or she wants to say to me and how, and so on. But I want to see them, like, and you can really see it. Like if it's like just the topic, or it's really touch, and he wants to say, or she wants to say it to us.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one
Like
later.
But it's like very like in life. You should talk when you really want to say something, and when you have what to say. Like I'm not doing this in life. I hope one day.
Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting. Take care.
Take care. Okay, bye. Tune in next time.